Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here talking about some NFL news. We're going to talk about the trades that went down today, some other stuff here. Kind of an impromptu NFL news. Probably wasn't really going to do one today, but then we had these two trades with two receivers. So, let's get right into it here, and then we'll talk about a few other things here. Ian Rappaport as well, but first thing I want to talk about is the news coming out at about 10 a.m. this morning. The hashtag Raiders are completing a trade of star wide receiver Davante Adams to the hashtag Jets, sources say. He's back with his good friend Aaron Rodgers as Las Vegas. They've officially moved on from Davante Adams. Well, who could have predicted this? I said he'd probably leave. Anyone with a brain knew he'd probably leave the Raiders. But I was thinking maybe he could go somewhere else. I mean, with the way the Jets have played offensively lately, he still chose he wanted to go there. He's going from a dumpster fire to another. At least Aaron Rodgers reduces the size of the dumpster. He's going to a dysfunctional Raiders team to a dysfunctional Jets team right now offensively. So, I just don't know if this will turn the Jets' season around. Like, yeah, Davante Adams is still good, but I just don't know if this is going to turn the Jets' season around. Like, I guess it took one Mike Williams drop for this to happen last night. Like, will they still make the playoffs? I don't know. You can say, oh, they just have to win their division. Well, the Bills are probably even going to win their division. The Bills freaking beat them last night, but look, how will this fix it? But yeah, this is a good trade to get a receiver. You know, him and Garrett Wilson. I mean, yeah, I guess they're still trying to go for it this year, but how will this fix the O-line, the defensive lackluster, horrific discipline on the field? Because even before last night, penalties are not their friend. They've been having a lot of penalty issues, and the kicker, you know, missing 2 field goals last night. Greg Zuerlein really cost him the football game. So he's going from dysfunctional still. 2-14 to 2-14. Like, yeah, they're not out of it yet. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets obviously aren't out of it yet, but I don't know. Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson's a good receiver duo, but it's just the things that I mentioned, like the O-line issues, the penalties. They have to fix that up, but at long last, Davante Adams to the Jets. I mean, for a third rounder, it's good value. I mean, to be fair, his production is kind of lacking this year, Davante Adams. But it's good negotiation. I personally was expecting a second round pick with maybe a low round pick / player. Third round pick for Davante is really good for the Jets. And the Jets are eating the whole contract though, which is a big win for the Raiders. So, but Aaron Rodgers obviously, you know, he wanted this trade, recruited for it, and the Jets can use it. So no team for Davante Adams. I guess when he posted that, something about Edgar Allan Poe or something like that. Probably figured this would happen, and then the deal was agreed to. So the Raiders had wanted a second round pocket for their star wide receiver. Pocket? What? Does he mean second round pick? If he performs as he's capable of, they'll get it. His understanding is the conditions are based on individual performance. So it's a conditional third rounder going to the Raiders. They can become a second rounder based on performance, and that's clarify. So yeah, apparently he's good. He was in the building and he'll do a physical. He'd been dealing with a hamstring injury, but is in a good place. Wow, magically he's healed. Who would have figured that out? Hamstring injury. Yeah, that trade become official, and so that's really the trade there. First thing I want to talk about here, which is officially official from the Jets Twitter. And the sources of Jetson and Davante Adams have agreed to a contract restructure of his 2024 contract, lessening the cap hit. They will also likely have to adjust 2025 and 2026 eventually. So it looks like the next 3 years they're going to have Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. About to let out a yawn right there. I mean, let's talk about this second trade here. We have another trade that I wanted to mention. Unless I can find it here. The hell is it? So, sources. Per sources, the Bills are trading for Browns wide receiver Amari Cooper, sending a third-round pick and a pick swap. So, the full details: Buffalo gets wide receiver Amari Cooper and a 6th in 2025. Cleveland gets a 3rd in 2025 and a 7th in 2026. That has to be such a crazy feeling, you know. Going from, you have Deshaun Watson to Josh Allen. And I'm old enough, if you're old enough, to remember Deshaun getting the win in 2019 wild card against him, and then, oh wow, the turntables. Like, you get to see Amari Cooper go from Deshaun Watson to Josh Allen, man. I mean, this was the value. I mean, it's good value. But, I mean, I guess they got more than Davante got. But Davante's owed like $13 million. Cooper, he isn't even owed that much. He really hasn't done much this year. I mean, I guess he's a declining receiver. A third's fair value, so I wouldn't say he got fleeced, but I'd say this is a good trade for Buffalo to help at receiver. For Cleveland, so. And it's officially official from the Bills Twitter. So overall, I mean, it's a solid trade for both sides. I guess they get they get a number 1 receiver, get a weapon, and the Browns get some picks in return. So that was the value he was going to go for. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about those two trades for them. So now we'll talk about Tom Brady. He has now been officially approved by the NFL owners as a limited partner of the Raiders, with his 5% stake official, but a total purchase of 10% by Brady and his partner. And his playing career is now over. Man, it's gonna be the first time in history an owner is better than the starting quarterback. So yeah, Tom Brady's now officially an owner. Tom Brady with the Raiders is like Lamborghini at a shitty house. He's like 5% owner. And that shuts down any talk of him potentially coming out of retirement. Yeah, he's not coming out of retirement now. He's not allowed to because he's an owner, officially an owner now. He cannot, because it's impossible. And I feel like he can play football if he wanted to. He's still in good shape, but he ain't gonna come back and play anymore. So with the Bills, the hashtag Bills, per source, are releasing Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a move to create space for newly acquired Amari Cooper. Yes, he can bring MVS to go play with Aaron Rodgers now. Complete the human centipede. He can stay far away from the Chiefs as well. I don't think they want him back. Is anybody gonna bring this guy in? What? I forgot he was on the Bills. Like, I'm not gonna lie, no cap. I forgot he was on the Bills. The Lions have now placed defensive end Aiden Hutchinson and defensive lineman Kyle Pico on injured reserve. So 2 players in their defensive line now officially on injured reserve. Both probably definitely out for the season. Jets safety Chuck Clark, who suffered a high ankle sprain in last night's loss to the Bills, he was also placed on injured reserve, and he's going to be out for 4 games. He's likely been having a good year, man. 32 tackles, forced fumble recovery. He's been good for them in that secondary. Now he's going to be out for at least 4 games. So Perdue and Urban, the Arizona Cardinals put both kicker Matt Prater and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols on injured reserve, sidelining them for at least 4 games. So, oh boy, Chad Ryland is now the team's kicker for the foreseeable future. Sorry, I yawned there. Chad Ryland. Oh God! Remember, he's most known for his loud doinked kick. It's most of the thing he's known for. We'll see if they can survive 4 games with him. Hopefully they can. See what else we got here. So the NFL selected Atlanta to host the Super Bowl in 2028 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. No, at least Atlanta will get a guaranteed Super Bowl. So I mean, yeah, I know it's a dome, but a dome is marvelous, man. Like, that shit is marvelous, and it's not a dome. Like, there's a Mercedes-Benz, and you know the stadium can be opened up to make it an outdoor stadium, so at least Atlanta's gonna get a Super Bowl. I mean, the NFL will never put the Super Bowl in a stadium without a dome. I mean, yeah, it feels like they go to the same places, but they will never have it outdoors anymore unless it's in Miami. It's unfortunate, but it's what they do now. I'm trying to go through here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Going through here, Tom Pelissero sources. The Steelers plan to give Russell Wilson first team reps in practice this week, putting him in line to make his season debut and start Sunday night against the Jets. Hopefully there's baseball on Sunday night so I don't have to watch this trash. I don't want to watch Russell Wilson on primetime against the Jets. Pittsburgh is 4-2 with the Fields, but Wilson's calf is fully healed and now he gets his shot. Super decision. Justin Fields, 6 weeks, 1,303 total yards, 10 total touchdowns, 4-2 record, time for first in the AFC North. Yes, he wasn't playing the best, but he wasn't turning the football over. What was the problem with the Bears? Sometimes he's turning the football over too much. He's not turning the ball over. 1 interception, terrible move. They have that team rolling, and this is a move that can make you lose the locker room if you're Mike Tomlin and the Steelers organization. But hey, QB change, if it, I hope it comes back. I hope Russell Wilson does bad just so we can laugh. So much better. But what do you do after 1 week? If Russell Wilson sucks, what do? You go back to Justin Fields? I don't know. But I just don't think it's win well, and this will be a bad decision. Like, Justin Fields, I feel, is far from the problem. Like, I'm not saying Justin Fields is great, but he's not that bad. Even if you just want to look at the box scores, he's only committed 2 turnovers in the 6 games. Like, he's not turning the football over. I'm not saying Russell Wilson will turn the football over, but I'm saying he just won't make as many impactful plays. But yeah, it's all from Ian Rappaport. The earlier today, Sportico reported former NBA players Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, as well as former U.S. soccer star Jody Altidore, are having talks about buying minority interest in the Buffalo Bills. Dude, that'd be crazy. 2 former NBA legends and a U.S. soccer star, a former U.S. soccer star. Dude, that'd be crazy. But all these players, like current players or former players, get into minority stakes. It's crazy. Here's nothing else from Adam Schefter. But Mike Tomlin hasn't named a starter since initially naming Wilson the starter out of camp per Tom Plesser, but Wilson's been healthy for some time and running the scout team. Now it's pointing towards him making his season debut. Oh Lord, can't wait to see how that backfires. Week 8 match between the Bears and Commanders has been flexed from 1 p.m. to 4:25, and then the Bengals and Eagles will be at 1 o'clock. So good decision. So yeah, it's really good to see here. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time out. Peace.